So, as you may be aware of, the free-to-play model has become more and more popular over the last couple of years. And it's interesting how popular this model has become, not only amongst the consumers, which is us, people who play video games, but also how eager publishers and developers are to jump onto this new medium and genre for video games. But the question we need to ask ourselves is free-to-play model as good as we think it is? Now, I think that there are two main things that kind of split me, one for them and one against them. And there are a couple of games that are the best example of a good free-to-play model and a bad free-to-play model. So, the good part about a free-to-play model is that there is no entry cost. You can start playing for free. You don't have to throw down, $60, $100 for me in Australia. You don't need to do that. You can just jump in and start playing. Sure, you may not get the same experience as you would with a full retail price game, or you may need to unload some more cash afterwards to get all of what you need. But you can play, pretty much, is what I'm saying, is you can play. There is no obligation to spend money. But then games do it wrong, and they make the game so poorly in a way that is so unbalanced that it is pay to win. Now, when I think of a good free-to-play model, the first game that comes to mind, and I'm sure comes to a lot of your minds, is League of Legends. League of Legends is not only a fantastic free-to-play game, but it's one of the best games I've ever played. It's phenomenal, and it's free. I haven't spent $1, and I've gotten so much content out of it. But then there's games that just don't do it right. And for me, and I'm sorry if this offends you, but for me, the game that fucked up the free-to-play model for me was PlanetSide 2. Because PlanetSide 2 is pay to win. It is pay to win. You cannot jump into that game unless you want to unload money. And usually the amount of money that you need to spend is much greater than a full retail price game. If you have a free-to-play model where you have to pay $10 for a single weapon, something's wrong with the model. And this is why I don't like the free-to-play model, especially in the hands of publishers like EA or Activision. Mainly EA though. They're the ones who bug me with microtransactions. So you have a free-to-play model where it is accessible and anybody can jump into this and just start playing. If they're not sure about it, they can try before they buy. Or not even buy at all, they can just play for free like I've done with League of Legends. But then you have these games where they make it so that if you don't pay money, there's no point in playing the game. It's just not going to be fun. And this is my problem with the free-to-play model. And now looking at the next generation of consoles and how many free-to-play games are coming to those, like PlanetSide 2, Blacklight Retribution, and Warframe, all free-to-play games coming to the PlayStation 4, and Killer Instinct coming to the Xbox One, I'm nervous. Some games do it right, and some games do it wrong. I think Killer Instinct on the Xbox One only gives you one character that's free, and that's Django. But people are going to have to buy those other characters, and they could price them highly, knowing that the fans of the series are going to buy them anyway. And this is the problem that I have with free-to-play model, is they're taking advantage of us. They're using our enthusiasm for a game and using it against us, making us buy these things that really, I would much rather pay full price for a game knowing that I'm going to get all the content instead of having to buy little individual parts of the game until the point that even when you don't have everything, you've spent more than retail price. League of Legends does it right. You can play that game, and you can play every character by some point for free. And you can get every character for free if you work. And it's not an insane level like PlanetSide 2, where you have to play for literally days before you can get a gun. In League of Legends, you can get characters relatively quickly. It worries me. It worries me what developers and publishers are going to do with the free-to-play model. It's a good model on paper, but when you have money-hungry corporations like EA, who see you only as a wallet or a sack of money, it worries me what they're going to do with the free-to-play model. And I'm sure you guys must be nervous too, because I definitely don't want all games to go free-to-play. I still want my retail price games where I buy it and I've got all the content that I need to go. Not all of this where I literally would have to pay so much money or play for so long that it's not worth it. Some games do it right, but a lot of games, it's pay to fucking win. I'm Fringy123. Thanks for watching.